Welcome back to my channel, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Jahan, and today I'm going to be running through some key items that I think you need for the Sculpt Society. That's TSS with Megan Roup. So if you like this type of thing, don't forget to subscribe and do give this video a like because it really helps my channel. So I have been doing the TSS program for quite a few weeks now. I really enjoy it. It's I think my preferred program is going to be. I've tried Tracy Anderson in the past and a few others, but this for me is the best of everything. I really enjoy it, and I really enjoy the interaction within the screen and in the room. So I thought I would share my key pieces of equipment that I have. You don't need loads to do this program, but I thought I would share the ones that I think that are helpful to you. And she always explains that there are alternatives that you can use, like a pillow or water bottles and things like that, if you don't want to make that cost commitment. And everything I have here isn't wildly expensive, and I'm sure you can find alternatives at lots of different price points as well. So without further ado, let me show you the bits that I have for this program. Now, for those of you who are in the US, I know the Sculpt Society have their own store and you can buy things from the Sculpt Society. I'm pretty sure they do ship worldwide, but I just think the taxes and customs will be quite expensive, and some of the products might be quite heavy, so it's probably not practical. So I just want to show you some of the stuff you can get. Mostly a lot on Amazon, to be honest, where I've got mine. And the first thing that I want to point out to you is a decent mat. So I have chosen this mat, and it is at least 1 centimetre thick. And the reason why I've chosen such a thick mat is that you do a lot of floor work on your knees, and if you've got hard floors or even carpeted floors with like just underlay or something, your knees are going to start to hurt after a while, and so a good padded yoga mat or floor mat is going to be really important. I wouldn't necessarily go for the sort of like thinnest bog standard yoga mat. I would go for something definitely thicker for the amount of time that you are on your hands and knees to help your wrists and your knees. This is the brand that I went with, Eugene & Co, I think it's called, yeah, Eugene & Co. I got it from Amazon. It was £17.99 or £20, I think, so not too expensive, had good reviews, and it is non-slip as well. So I like to use this. I don't use it for standing work because there's instability when you're using something that's so thick when you're standing, especially for your ankle, so I like to do that straight onto my wood floors. So I don't use it for standing work or for dance cardio. This is just for when I'm doing floor work on hands and knees. If you don't have the space for a mat this big, this is about, I'd say 6 foot, 185 centimeters maybe, this mat. If you don't have space for a big mat like this, I think the best alternative are things like this. These are knee pads that you can buy as well. They're especially made for Pilates. They have a slight indent here. I don't know if it's picking up if I do it at a bit of an angle. There you can see. Have a slight indent here for your knees, and they are super like firm but soft. These saved my knees when I was doing Tracy Anderson for sure. You just have to pull them in and out as you do your workout. So they come in a pair like this, and you just put them under your knees for when you're doing floor work. If you don't have the room, or if you're traveling, you don't want to take your mat with you, you're going on holiday, this is a really good alternative. I think these were about £16, and I wouldn't do my workouts without having some extra support, because pillows and things, they slip, and they're not necessarily, they don't give you that support because you're sinking into them too much, whereas these grip to the floor and they are supportive on your knees as well. So these are, for me, are a must, especially if you're going to travel. Next thing I would recommend are some slides. I've got these from Amazon. They were like £6.99, and they are floor sides. Now, if you don't want to spend on floor sides, all you need to do is use a flannel, which you can pick up quite inexpensively, or a hand towel or something like that. It's just something that can let your foot glide across the floor for some of the exercises with your legs when you're doing like squats or lunges, or sort of like any foot movement where you're doing circles with your foot and you need it to slide around, because the rubber on your shoes or trainers won't do that. You'll get some resistance, whereas these just to stop the resistance, and you can slide smoothly. But you can do the same thing with a face towel or any kind of towel on a wood floor. If you've got carpets though, and I'm saying this because in the UK a lot of people do have carpets in their homes as well downstairs, then a slide would be better. It would be very difficult to do it with a towel because there'll be friction, whereas this does slide across carpet as well, and they're really handy, and they're quite inexpensive. They're just a hard board. You can find them on Amazon for about £6, and you can find them in quite a few fitness places like Decathlon and stuff as well. The next bit of equipment that you will need are some light dumbbells. These are from P-Volve, and they are £2 dumbbells. I bought these from Cult Beauty. In the UK, you don't usually buy your dumbbells in pounds. In America, I think you do. So we get ours in kgs, so you need like 1 kg, because 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So 1 to 1.5 kilogram dumbbells, for those in the UK, that's what you'd need, unless you can find them in pounds. So I bought £2. She recommends anything up to £3, and the repetition, if you were doing anything more than £3, because I was used to really lifting heavy, as I've mentioned before in my previous videos, anything more than £3 with the amount of repetition, I think my arms would literally just fall off. So I have picked up £2 as a happy medium, because in between 1 and 3, and yes, I find these really effective to use. You use these for parts of the workouts, not all of them, but yeah, you will need something light. If you don't want to spend, these were £16. If you don't want to spend the money on dumbbells, you can use bottled water as well. You can pick yourself up a couple of bottles of water, or tins of beans, or you know, that kind of thing, if you don't want to spend as well. So there's an alternative too. The other thing that I recommend picking up are some ankle weights. These are from P-Volve again. I got these from Cult Beauty, and I think these were about £16 too. You can buy them all different prices, Argos, or just from, I don't know, you probably can get these from Walmart and things like that for quite inexpensive as well. TK Maxx, they sell these too. And these are £1.5 again. She says up to £1 to £3 for ankle weights. I don't know if there would be an alternative for ankle weights, because they literally strap to your ankle. But these are, again, are very helpful if you want to make the exercises more intense or more spicy, as they say in TSS. And yeah, they just give you that little bit more weight to your leg. I've used these once or twice. I still very much consider myself in the slow and controlled lane of TSS, because I still find that challenging, as I'm still trying to work out and perfect some of the moves. But when you add these, it does add that little bit of intensity, because it's the amount of repetition you do. You don't necessarily need to use these at all, especially if you're just starting. You will have an amazing workout without using any of the weights when you first start out. So these are nice to have as you grow and develop into doing TSS more. The next thing I want to recommend are some bands, some resistance bands. You'll need that for some of the leg work or arm work, and I bought these. These again are very inexpensive. You can get them from Amazon quite cheaply for a whole set. I bought these from ASOS. They are by South Beach, and they were in the sale on ASOS, for £4. So there's a light, medium, firm, really good bands. These are good bands anyway, just for conditioning, for like shoulder injuries and foot and ankle injuries and that kind of stuff anyway. So it's always good to have these in your arsenal if you're into fitness and just trying to strengthen all those smaller areas of the body that get forgotten. So I like these resistance bands. They do use them in TSS, so it's good to have a set on hand, and they're really easy to travel with as well. So this lighter stuff is really good to travel with. Put it in your bag if you're going away and you want to maintain and keep up with your workouts. The last thing that I want to mention are trainers. So don't make the mistake and tag on because I don't usually wear trainers actually when I'm doing my mat work. So don't tag on your dance cardio to your mat work and just do it in bare feet. Put trainers on, because you really need to support your joints and your knees, and you need that cushioning through as you're jumping and moving around. Even if you're taking the jumps out of things and you're making it more low impact, always just put trainers on, because you don't want to put any strain on your knees. So the trainers that I have are the Nike Super Zoom, and I managed to pick these up in the ASOS sale. They are usually about £110, but I think I managed to pick them up for £80. These I find super comfortable. I would size up at least half size or a full size when you do buy them, because they are that fly knit at the front. I found them to be not as roomy in lengthwise, and yeah, these are really good for, I use these for HIIT training. I used to use them for HIIT training before, but they feel very light when you're jumping up and down. I really love these trainers. So If anyone's got any other trainer recommendations, put them below. Trainer recommendations are all going to be depending on your foot and the shape of your foot and all that kind of thing, but these for me were really good and really comfortable. And the other pair of trainers, they're new trainers for me, and they are probably one of the most comfortable trainers I've ever worn, just for walking around in any way, but for dancing around in, because they're so cushiony and they're so light. They are the New Balance, are these the 530s? Yeah, the New Balance 530s. So these look cool anyway. My niece had these on, and I asked her where she got them from, if they were comfortable, and she said they were the most comfortable trainers she's ever worn. And then I looked at the reviews online, and they were literally like 5-star reviews all around of how comfortable these are. These are so comfortable and so light. They are £95. I managed to get like £5 off in the ASOS sale. They don't really go into the ASOS sale, and I think it's just maybe because this style is particularly trendy at the moment, because you can wear it with skirts and all that kind of stuff too. For workout trainers, I really enjoy them because they're so light and they're so bouncy. I really like them. I find them very comfortable, and I know some people use them for running as well, but yeah, I would recommend these trainers as well. And then actually the very last thing I think is helpful is one of these sort of Pilates yoga balls. So you use this for certain exercises as you advance on. This one again was only £6 or £8 or something from Amazon. There are more expensive ones, but this one's fine for what I need. You just hold it between your thigh and your calf usually, and yeah, this is a very helpful tool as well. And again, it can be deflated, packed with you if you're traveling, and then inflated again, once you, and it can be inflated again once you need it. So it's good again for traveling. So I would recommend one of these Pilates balls as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. I picked up these things over the few weeks of actually doing it. I didn't have everything at once. The only thing I did have already were the mat and the knee pads and the weights, because I used them for Tracy Anderson, but everything else I've just picked up as I've needed it. And yeah, I think it's been super helpful with just doing some of the movements. And I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If there's anything else that you want to recommend to any of the other subscribers, then leave a comment below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Take care.
Feel like falling deeper. Cold nights, not 너무 싫어. 기다리